Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, starting with the 144,000 governing body of the nation of Yashar Allah, and the men, the women, the children, and the true believers in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. May he have mercy on you in these last days. It's your brother, I'm Nawa Allah, coming back at you again with another quick lesson, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying. And I wanted to highlight a profound, I would say, testimony slash words of wisdom at this Great Millstone midweek camp I was at on the line, on the breaking bread with the Akim. And the elder brother, one of the heads of the Great Millstone Cleveland camp, actually showed up in the spirit. And I do believe, the Lord sent him there to bring out this dream or testimony that he had, but also a description of what I'm going to talk about, which is the righteous should scarcely be saved. And one thing that happened for me is that shit lit a fire in me. It made me really think about how truly blessed we are to know the name, but how much more work needs to be done to make your call and election sure, because you really don't know if you're of the elect. And I found his dream to be from the Lord. And I found I speak not as a man. I'm speaking in the spirit. That Yahweh Shemi Shai had that brother come to camp. He said a lot of great stuff on the line, but this was profound. And it wasn't missed, brother. So if you come across this video, I heard you loud and clear. But I'm going to play this last few minutes of the video, and then I'm going to just bring out some precepts to back the brother up. And Lord willing, this will be edifying.
Here, so that faithful had to be there because, like I said, I had that dream that the mission was hearing, and the fire was approaching, and the fire was on me. All right? And I'm like, damn, I thought you was going to deliver me. And then out of nowhere, bro, I got the beamed up to the chariot, and then Apostle Tahar was outside the chariot, and he was checking me for something, and he cleared me, and I went up into the chariot. But the point was this, man, the fire was on me. I thought it was a wrap, but the Lord didn't have the fire consume me. So that's just an example of we're going to scarcely be saved, man. You might be right. Hey, think about our forefathers. When you mention it, man, what scriptures did you read? Daniel in a damn den with some hungry lions, bro. Yeah.
So there you heard what the brother said. Let me recap what he said. He had a dream, all right, that he was sitting, in Cleveland, wherever he was at, it's roughly paraphrasing, and the nukes hit. And he felt the fire on him. And he at a split second, he thought he wasn't going to be getting delivered. But then all of a sudden, he was beamed up. And before he was even able to enter onto the chariot for security, the Apostle Tahar had to clear him, And that's why I say the Lord had him say that too, just to let you niggas know that our elders are they're the leaders of Israel, whether you can receive it or not, starting with the Apostle Tahar. One of the most diligent men I've ever seen in my life. And it just goes down here with the men that's under him. But the brother Ma'ad, he basically said, going into how the righteous would scarcely be saved. And that was an example of righteous brother. I deem him to be a righteous brother, scarcely being saved. So how much worse is going to be for you niggas, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who haven't repented? All right? So I'm going to read these precepts, man, and it'll be the lesson. Before I do that, I want to go into the word scarcely. Because that is, that's a significant word. So, 1 second. The definition of scarcely means almost, not at all, barely, or hardly. It is a formal word that is often used to emphasize something that is only just true. The meaning scarcely is by a narrow margin only just how to use scarcely in a sentence. Like the chapter that make me comes to mind is 2 Ezra chapter 7, because this is straight and narrow. It's difficult. Yeah, water on one side and fire on the other in so many words. And that's symbolic of distractions and destruction and things that can take you off the path. And it's meant to be that way. It's meant to be hard because we're all unworthy of deliverance. But yet the meek, the humble, the ones that are calling on the name Yahweh Shem Shai, they're the ones that's going to get that mercy, Lord willing. All right. So the first precept I got is 1 Peter chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, "Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf." And that's because of how easy it is to fall out this walk. That's why he says the righteous will scarcely be saved, because it's a thin line right now. Everything is being measured. The Lord is looking at everything we do. And you act like you ashamed to tell a motherfucker, yay, look, the so-called white man is the devil and he's going into captivity. Or you're afraid to tell the so-called black woman that she got to sit her ass down and she ain't going to make it into the kingdom unless she get under her husband who is seeking the kingdom of heaven. Or if she got a husband and he's not in the truth, to calm her ass down and do right by him. Those are just two examples. But that's something that brings shame to the men who claim they're men of the Lord, who claim that they teach this truth. Hence, the righteous will scarcely be saved. How the hell you think you're going to be saved if you're ashamed to teach the 100% truth? It says, verse 17, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh." Right. And the house of Yahweh is the men who know this truth, who decided to teach smooth things and to trim their ways for seeking love, according to the scriptures, to make a woman happy, to make a woman feel comfortable, and try to accommodate people's feelings and emotions. The scriptures say, "Put off the weak nature. Be not in that type of spirit," roughly paraphrasing. It says, "And if it first began at us, the Israelites, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?" And I just started out with that. What will it be for you niggers, you people who love America? Woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help, you people. Even the ones that's in the truth that defile the doctrine. They pick and choose the scriptures they want to bring out, but then, camouflage or hide the truth because you're ashamed. It says, verse 18, "And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?" That means you ain't gonna make it if the righteous will scarcely be saved. Verse 19, "Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of Yahweh commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing, as unto the faithful Creator." And that's why the righteous will scarcely be saved, because they're going to endure to the end. But even them might get weak and get ashamed and turn back on the Lord. You just don't know. Why do you think brothers is always talking about praying that you endure to the end? Because you just don't know. And this brother's dream, it was very profound. And I believe in the spirit the Lord made him come out here, not just to break bread, because, if I was to play the video, he came in maybe 15 or 20 minutes after the lessons, the camp started. And he said he was at home watching it, and the spirit jumped on him, and he didn't even know where it was at. And he just said, "I'm going to come out here and I'm going to find him." The scriptures say, "Seek the kingdom of heaven and you will find it." When we're gathered one or more, we're in the spirit, and we're calling on the name, then Yahweh Shem Yahshua is there. And the brother came out and he found us. And he was right on time. He came in and formed like Voltron in that motherfucker, bro. He came right in and brought out electrifying energy. Just made the camp even more fire. But what he said towards the end is what I'm focusing on. This is Job. Salaki. This is Job chapter 33 and 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon a man, in slumberings onto his bed. Verse 16. Then he opened the ears of man and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw men from his purpose and hide pride from men. Verse 18. He keepeth back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing from the sword. Well, that's what happened. The brother had a dream, and the Lord didn't tell him to come out and say that dream, but when the spirit had him come out to the camp, then it reminded him, the spirit jumped on him to bring it out. And if only one person hear that edification in the righteous will scarcely be saved, and then you got an example of a dream. Well, I heard it, and it meant a lot to me. I was dwelling on it since camp, you see, and then after camp today, Lord willing, I was saying, like, I want to attack that. I want to bring that out because that's profound. The elect, the hopeful elect, you need to understand your righteousness is of a filthy rag. So therefore, it's the work that you do in your faith that's going to save you. And that's of the elect, if you're of the elect. But again, this precept I brought out in Job 33 and 15, it was a dream. And the dream was profound. It had destruction in it. It had our leader of Israel in it. And then he described scarcely being saved. This is 2 Peter. Chapter 2. Let me see. I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, and according as his divine power have given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness, through the knowledge of him, which is the fear, where's the wisdom, and then with the wisdom you get the knowledge, you get the understanding of how to stay in good grace with him. It says, and through the knowledge of him that called us to the glory and virtue, verse 4, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, which is the kingdom of heaven, the new bodies, rulership, and never having to be subjected to a fucking Edomite again, or a heathen. That by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. That's this world. And that escape can cause you to not be delivered. This is why he again scarcely should be saved. We're going to be fighting, bro, until the end. And brothers that's new in the truth that maybe are just crossing over or going to cross over, according to the Spirit, it's a fight for your life now. And I'm seeing it in real time. All I can do is cleave to the brothers that's already fighting and follow their lead. I'm at the back of the line, but I'm in line, goddammit. That's all that matter, bro. It says, and I want to stay in line. I don't want to fall out of line. I want to walk that tightrope. And I'm going to lean on the brotherhood and most important, these scriptures through Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, verse 5, and besides this, giving all diligence, and giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness. Patience means to suffer, right? That's what you're going to have to do. If you can't suffer, you won't be saved. You won't even be considered. Hence, the righteous the righteous will scarcely be saved. It says, and to godliness, verse 7, 2 Peter 1:7, and to godliness, brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness, charity. These are all attributes of the elect. And these are all works that can potentially help you get saved. So if you stop doing them, right at the drop of a dime, as he show up as a thief of the night, you're going to miss that trip, that ride, that's salvation, because you couldn't hold fast, because you didn't believe. Again, that dream he had was meant to be spoken. That saying that he brought out and giving you a description what happened in this dream. So he in his dream, the Lord gave him some faith, because he was delivered in his dream. He was beamed up, and he got to see our apostle Tahar standing at the gate, hey, shaking your ass down, making sure you worthy, nigga. We all want to be worthy too. So that's why we got to do this work. That's why we got to have faith. And you can't turn your back on the Lord now. It says, and I'm speaking for myself first and foremost. Okay? It says, for all these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in knowledge of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. Verse 9, but he that lacketh these things is blind. And that's starting with the house of Israel. He telling you, I'm going to start right with you niggas that know you're an Israelite, that know you got the understanding. But you choose to do your own doctrine. You choose not to get in line and follow the right path, the straight and narrow. You want to come in another way. And you can't do that. The Lord set up order. He got elders. He got bishops. He got teachers and deacons and cadets and captains. He's got men who keep the sheep in order. And you should reverence your heads of your camps. Because the Lord set them up, man. He set this brother up. He one of the heads of our camp. I do believe him to be a man of the Lord. That's why the Lord sent them out there out of nowhere to share this testimony, this dream. Whether you can receive it or not. It says, read that again. But he that lacketh these things is blind, and cannot see afar off, and have forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. So that's why the righteous will scarcely be saved, because the corruption of this world is going to take you out, because you didn't hold fast. You wasn't able to endure. Again, I'm doing this lesson for me first and foremost. I heard what the brother was saying. I've heard that scripture plenty of times, but it was the way he brought it out and how he shared his dream that it illustrated what this is about, bro. What can be happening to you, and how you got to make your call and election sure. Right here, verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fail, no matter what's going on. That's what the Lord telling you. No matter what's going on. And how do you do that? This is Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. That's on the highways and byways. Right. If you watch this whole video, this Eve walked up early in the video, and she wanted to listen. And it was another testimony. I might do a lesson on that. Baba Kashar, Lord willing. This woman walked up, and she asked the brother, can I just listen? And we was like, yeah, sure. And as soon as he said the name Yahweh Shah, that bitch walked away. I was like, damn. That name, man, it really will send a demon away. So keep that in mind. When you are face to face with a demon, whether they're in the flesh or spiritual demons, call on the name Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity. You gotta believe, though. You gotta believe. Her ass fled, bro, like the wind. It says, I'm gonna read that again. Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. And he is near at these camps. And it start with the Apostle Tahar and the men that teach the same doctrine, starting with Great Millstone. And I'm saying that in sincerity because I was saying it before I crossed over. So it's not like I'm being some sort of cheerleader or say, no, the Lord allowed me to be tossed to and fro. I know who got the 100% truth. So it's no doubt in my mind. Don't waste your time in these last days. Listen to the man of Great Millstone, and you're going to get built up in the spirit if it's the Lord's will. Isaiah 55:7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteousness man his thoughts, and let him return unto Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. And I said that a few lessons ago, the Lord will pardon you. You need a pardon. And again, that's why you're going to scarcely be saved. This is Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness. And his righteousness is this truth. His righteousness is getting involved with the ministry. His righteousness is turning away from your evil ways, putting away the idols, and coming up on the men who know this truth and learn. His righteousness, if it's your lot to teach this word, if you have the zeal for it. Because the scriptures say a man is going to be saved by telling his people, pursuing Ezekiel 3:17, again, telling his people the ways, their wicked ways. So whether you will hear or forbear, the blood is off our hand. That's what we're doing when we out here. That's what I'm doing with this lesson. That's what he did when he said that whoever listened to this lesson, not on my channel, because this is my channel, I'm talking about on the main channel. If you skip that and you hear this lesson, go back and watch it. Listen to what the brother's saying. He's letting you know he was one of them men that was scarcely saved. So I'm thinking to myself, shit, I got to get to work. That's the mindset you got to be in, because you really don't know if you're going to be saved. But how much worse it is for those who don't even know this, bro. Who walking around in the Christian mindset thinking they saved because they got dipped in some water, bro. They don't even know the heavenly names, the names of the Heavenly Father and His Son. They still calling on Jesus, bro. They're still eating pork, committing adultery. And then what about those who do know the name and refuse to teach it? Who do know the 100% truth, but has used this to make money and stay in Babylon and be an Israelite in Babylon. Man. Woe unto you. Verse 34, Matthew 6:34. It says, take therefore no thought for tomorrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. That's why you can't even be worried about the next day sometimes. You got to be in the spirit every freaking day, bro. Because if he was to show up as a thief in the night and you in the middle of wickedness, you probably ain't going to be saved. But if you're being diligent and always in the spirit, always around the Akim, and if you ain't around them, watching videos, hell, I don't even watch that much TV. Sure, you're going to have your time when you just want to unwind, and that's okay. Because the Lord said, don't, saying defraud a good day in so many words. But still, even with that, always be glorifying Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai. Whether you having good times or bad times, that's still giving him honor and giving him glory. And call on him when you are at that rock bottom. Call on him. The right arm of Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai is gonna lift you out that pit, bro. This is Isaiah chapter 26. Sloggy. I'm going to just get to the point. Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 19. I'm going to start at verse 20. It says, "Come, my people, enter into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee." Didn't he say he got beaten up on a chariot and Apostle Tahar was there shaking him down to make sure he was one of the men? Checked him. That's what we doing every day. That's what the Apostle Tahar doing every day when he bring them epistles out. He'll be doing a lesson on something else, and the Spirit will jump on him to get on brothers about being diligent, to get on brothers about doing videos, about getting deep, going into the meaning of words. Well, that's because the Lord is with him, and he's over Israel, brother. I don't give a shit if you don't believe it. That shit don't matter to me, and I'm not ashamed. I tell any nigga that. Yeah, the Apostle Tahar and his men, starting with the apostles on down, yeah, because they're the ones that help keep this doctrine alive. And so in this scripture, he talked about getting being up on a chariot, and this is what the Lord is coming here to do. It says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself if it were a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed." That's what we want. That's why the righteous will scarcely be saved. But those who do get delivered, you're going to enjoy being hidden by the indignation of the Lord. Which means what? This place is going to be getting fucked up while the elect are on a chariot, rejoicing, because they got the victory. It says, verse 21, "For behold, the Lord cometh out of the place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity." Starting with those who know, starting with the house of Yahweh. That punishment is going to be for teaching false doctrine. That punishment is going to be for leading the flock astray, by giving them false sense of hope. Oh, by not telling them what the mark of the beast is, the MOTB. So you got niggas out here teaching that is sleeping with white women, that it's not a chip that you got to put in you in order to buy and sell. So you dumb niggas are going to go and get it done, just like you got the serpent juice. But the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he put the spirit of discernment on the men of the Lord. So they know not to do that, and they warn the people. So then if you go do it, the blood is off their hand. That's why the righteous should scarcely be saved. It's not going to be a lot of us that make it, bro. 1/3 is a significant amount. But when you look at how big Israel is, that's a small number, bro. That's a small number. It says, let me read it again. "For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her stain." Meaning, all the evil that this goddamn devil has been done will be uncovered, and that judgment is going to be harsh. So I'm going to end with this. This is a part of that covering while the indignation is happening, because you might not get beamed up right away. You're going to go through Jacob's trouble, but you still need to have that faith. You still need to know you ain't been saved yet. This is Psalms chapter 91, verse 1. "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." And the secret place is what? These scriptures right now. And the spirit, the body of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the way you think. Didn't I just read in Matthew 6:33, "Seek ye the kingdom of heaven"? Isaiah 55, "While it may be found." That's what you should be doing right now, bro. Verse 2, "I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. So those who trust in him will be saved, will be protected. You only going to trust in something that you truly believe, something that you got true faith in. And faith comes from fear. That what that brother said, it put fear in my heart. And my faith got a slight increase. I want to be saved. I don't want to die here. I want to be a part of that number. I want to be in that chamber, pursuing Isaiah 26. Verse 3. Psalms 91:3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler. Who's the fowler? Esau, Edom, the devil, the so-called white man, and his devices. It says, and from the noisome pestilence, the so-called ICBM missiles, because this place is going to get rocked to and fro. It's going to be havoc. It's going to be mayhem. It's going to be like a time never seen before, pursuing to Daniel 12:1. So you do need to understand that you will scarcely be saved, that it's going to be teeter-totting, that you got to really have a lot of faith, that you're going to have done that work and been through some shit. And Lord willing, we're going to endure, Akim. It says, he should cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings thou shalt trust. His truth shall be a shield and a buckler. Hey, this word, this is the truth. It's the 100% truth. And it is a shield. It is a covering for you. If you believe, if you got the fear of the Lord on you. So remember, bro, the Lord is telling you the righteous will scarcely be saved. How much worse for those who don't even believe, or even worse for you niggas that know. Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors of the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.
Well, we said the German, the Greek,